2 million, that's a number to think about tonight because it's the number of Kenyans who are facing starvation due to drought in parts of the country. And although the Ministry of Devolution says it has already kicked off a relief program to prevent a crisis, the National Drought Management Authority warns of worse days to come because the failed long rains resulted in crop failures across the country, a situation that will greatly impact food security and the cost of food in the coming months. NTV's science editor Zainab Wandati explains why you should be worried.
Is over, and while parts of the country received a lot of rainfall, in Uasin Gishu County, not so much. And the impact of this reduced rainfall is visible in the fields. Some farmers have had it worse than others, and they've had to replant their maize crop to save the crop. Others did not have that kind of luxury to replant, and so they adopted a wait-and-see approach. This farm here is 3 acres, all of it under maize. But if you look at the crop, it's dry and withering, and the farmer is concerned that even if it rained today, there's no way to save this crop at all. And he's now foreseeing 100% losses.
Niliplant 20 acres ya mahindi, ile ilikataa kugerminate. Naona kama bado nitaenda hasara kidogo.
Fred B. Watt has over 70 acres split between maize and wheat. Every day he inspects his crop to assess progress. It's mid-June, just after the March, April, May long rains, and he's not happy. At this time of the year, the crop should be tasseling. But now it only reaches his knees. His yields are going to drop significantly.
Maji ni uhai. Sasa kama mahindi kikosa maji, production inakuwa chini. Kama ulikuwa unavuna like 25 per acre, utakuja kuvuna 10.
With the failed rains, the crop suffered stress, and the Food Security Steering Committee is projecting a 42 to 70% decline in average production in counties that lie in the southeast of the country, as well as the entire coastal region. In the high production areas of Western Kenya and the Rift Valley, the government projects a yield decline of between 5 and 10%, mostly because a lot of farmers replanted.
Hii ngano nilipanda tarehe 23 Mei. Ngano kwa kawaida huwa namaliza miezi 3, 90 to 120 days. Na ukiona germination ya hii ni mali ilikuwa na unyevu wakati tulikuwa napanda. Ilikuwa imeweka mvua kidogo, ile ilikuwa imenyesha. Ndio tukapata at least karibu 60% germination. Lakini ukisonga hapa kando kidogo utaona ngani yenyewe haijamea. Ukiona mahali kama hapa ngani yenyewe germination ni less than 20%.
We will not receive the normal yield that maybe Uasin Gishu wanakuwa kiproduce. So maybe kama imekuwa ikitonga over maybe 90,000 bags, utakuta itakuwa halfway. Na ikiwa halfway, definitely unaona ita affect nini? Chakula kwa nchi.
The just released long rains assessment report indicates that the 2021 season was the second consecutive failed season, leaving thousands of households with barely anything to eat.
So far, almost 2 million Kenyans are affected by this drought, and they are facing serious water and food shortages. And these are the Kenyans that we want to move to support and to cushion.
In other years, such families will be supported through relief food distribution under the Hunger Safety Net program. But this time around, the government says it is trying something different.
We are transforming the food relief, which we've been giving food in physical form. We now are transforming that to be cash transfer.
Failed rains, food shortages and drought are not new in Kenya as the weather becomes increasingly unpredictable. And although the government always talks tough on ending reliance on rain-fed agriculture, nothing much changes.
As the situation worsens between September to December, the experts have told us it can only get worse.
Whether ikiendelea hivi, we don't see future in farming, not unless we go to other options like irrigation systems, of which is very expensive to install.
So far, at least 100,000 households in the worst affected counties of Wajir, Mandera, Turkana and Marsabit have received help under the new cash transfer system that seeks to disburse at least 4,000 shillings per household per month. Just last week, there were reports of an elderly woman in Ganze in Kilifi who starved to death. And although the government has not confirmed this report, it says such incidences will be avoided in the future through the 2 billion shilling National Drought Emergency Fund that has just been made operational. This fund is also expected to offer some relief into early 2022 because the short rain season this year is also projected to be unimpressive. Zainab Wandati, NTV.